Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time when we left off I had just entered Bleakcoast Cave. It's a little troll cave here along the northern coast of Skyrim, near Winterhold. It kind of proceeds in a loop if I remember right, so we can clear this big main room to the left to start off. That'll be just fine. And up here you can see our first frost troll. Wow. That was pretty baller. So let's heal the damage he did. Let's kill his buddy. Although I do believe I already heard the chime telling me that Bleakcoast Cave is cleared. So that was pretty simple. Let's go kill this other one now. We'll heal up that bit of damage too. Now, of course, I need to check on my soul gems. That should have filled 2 commons, which should be fine. Got 1 empty lesser left. Otherwise, we're just nicely filling, which is good. So, let's see if the mace is ready to recharge. With one of the petties I'm still carrying. It is, which means the dagger almost certainly needs 2. And there we go. Alright. In this room, other than the troll, I'm seeing nothing. We got 2 exits, west and north. Let's go west first. That appears to go deeper into the cave rather than circling back to the entrance. And we got yet another troll here. 43 one-handed, 35 light armor. Things are going smoothly. That would have filled another common soul gem. I don't think we need any recharge just yet. I suspect that may be it. Got a dead bandit, a dead novice conjurer, with a copy of Battle of Sancre-Tor, the 2-handed skill book that we read some time ago. Trying to get at that satchel. There we go. Just barely able to access it rather than the other stuff. I think the 3 trolls is probably it, but I'll keep sneaking just in case. Here's a Star Wars reference, for those of you up to speed on Empire Strikes Back. See, this actually isn't worth it. Oh, well, yeah it is. I take that back. There is another troll. Go figure. Let's go bag him too. Booyah! This one may just be ready to use one. Let's see. It is. Good. Here's a Khajiit. Now that really is it for this place. So we can loop back to the entrance and make our way out. That was an amusing little diversion, if nothing else. As much as I want to keep exploring, I kinda need to offload given my carry weight. So we'll make a quick trip back to Lakeview, and then we'll keep exploring. I have to admit, I'll be surprised if Lakeview doesn't get attacked this time. It's way overdue for either a bandit or a giant. Probably not a dragon, because we just had one flyby in the last video. So we should theoretically have some time on that one. Hey, nothing yet. I'll probably show up when I go inside. I know I'm toting goat horns. I think that's it, as far as stuff for out here. Let's go inside. I'm now carrying my soul gems with me. Just going to remain my policy until we get the Black Star. I think all this is very straightforward.
Papa, you're back.
The gold is flowing nicely.
Got a lot of stuff to sell her, in addition to smithing supplies and soul gems. Borvir's dagger we're holding on to. Unique and all that.
I'll be here if you need me.
I think that's it. Everything else is smithing supplies. Let's head downstairs. You can see, even without perks, once Sneak crosses about 50, at least with the fortification enchantment in place, it suddenly becomes a much more workable option. You can see that just sneaking around in the house, how much more often you're undetected. Now let's drop all the smithing supplies. Keep the soul gems, of course. It seems like a lot of soul gems, but I think I'm really only carrying about 20 pounds worth. And with enchantments this powerful, you burn through them pretty fast, so
Is there anything you need, dearest?
they're definitely worth having. I bet we get bum rushed by some bandits now. I'll be pretty surprised if I don't. Or a giant, could be either one. But it's nothing. I have to admit that surprises me. Oh well, let's head back to Bleakcoast Cave now to continue exploring. So I'm going to do the coast all the way up to Winterhold and the college. And then I'll kind of move out to clear a couple of locations out there. The wreck of the Pride of Tel Vos and the Serpent Stone. When all that's said and done, I'll have the coast already clear so I can explore the road up to Winterhold. And then we'll be ready to explore the town and get started at the college. So this is familiar territory, and actually even one more over will be where we first came to the coastline. You can tell by the dead animals that remain in our wake. Now they did put ambient sounds for, oh, what's the word? They call it calving, don't they? The glacier's calving? I think that's the word. It's an impressive sound effect inside this headset. I hope it translates to the video. If not, play the game yourself because the sound design is phenomenal. Oh, look! Now we can make out windows. We're getting closer to the college. Yeah, baby. And actually on this run, I'm going to go all the way until I'm under the bridge, following the coast, before kind of sweeping back, exploring out there, then moving back to the road and entering the college properly. So we've got another little ice flow here. There's 55 sneak. That's good. And as is so often the case, we've got another passage, another set of passages up to the main road as well. We want to explore all of these. I realize it probably seems tedious, especially since there aren't any ore veins to find, but you never know when you'll find another unmarked campsite or the like. You can see that one path up from the coast really almost split into three. This one's kind of a red herring, didn't actually go anywhere. The center one, if it gets to the main road, that'll be good enough for me because we'll eventually be taking the main road from back to Whistling Mine all the way up to there, so clearing up to the main road will be good enough for me. And I think that's actually a loop, but we'll confirm that when we come back down. So all the damn way up here, we see a snowberry or two and a goat. Oh, I need to stop him running. I need your horns, brother. You don't have any. I actually did find another empty petty soul gem inside Bleakcoast Cave, so I think that worked alright. But with that, obviously we're back on the road, so we can head back down to the coast. More or less the way we came, but I'm gonna explore this little branching path off to the left to see what I can find in there. Well, there are a couple of ice wraiths over here. I'd probably better deal with those. Okay, well that was cool. I think they both have lesser souls, so I think I've probably just misfilled a common. Yes, there it is. All my lesser soul gems should be full now. Yep, same with petties. Great. So this is interesting, so we can head up here. There's an iron vein. This path also leads back to the main road, in case it's not obvious. And now, if you look at your compass, we can see both the town of Winterhold and the college. Exciting stuff, always. Farther up this path, we're going to get... This path actually is sort of a back way to the town. So we're going to get right to the border of the town. There will be... Yeah, we can see it already. There will be one more iron vein on the left. Right before I get there, I think, inside this set of rocks. And that'll do me for now. I'm really looking to explore the section of coast and the islands before exploring the town and the college. I should still be sneaking, because we got a... I may not be bothering to kill bunny rabbits and foxes, but we can still get sneak credit for them. This is an interesting spot. We definitely want to hit this unmarked altar over here. I'll even point out there's another path all the way down to the coast. Now this is not the one we came up through, it's the next one. I'll tell you to focus on these skeletons. Here's some good atmospheric storytelling, by the way. Another copy of the alchemy skill book, Manny Marco, King of Worms. One friend caught in a bear trap, the other stayed with him and they both died. There's that good atmospheric storytelling. I love this game. There's that glacier sound again. I wonder if they sampled the actual sound of glaciers cracking for that or not. Anyway, this altar needs to be explored. You may notice some runes here. We want to be... I like triggering them because I can heal the damage. Just need to be a little careful that we can survive it as we heal up afterward. Here's another. And we're missing something here. The second apprentice is supposed to be around. There's another copy of Manny Marco, King of Worms, Frostbite Venom, Frost Salts, Filled Grand Soul Gem, a Frost Miriam, Rundi... Oh, maybe we're not missing him. Ice Wraith Teeth, and another unique item, Rundi's Dagger. So we didn't find Rundi, but we got his dagger. Fair enough. Let's head back here now. I think Rundi's corpse is supposed to appear. I don't really care as long as I was able to get the dagger, the unique item, but... something to be aware of, I suppose. Anyway, as I suspected, this thing does form a loop, which ultimately takes us to that third exit from the canyon I was looking at. And we wind up back here. As we get down to the coast, I recall there was a pack of wolves we'll need to kill. Now that all my petties and lessers are filled, These are all going to start misfilling common soul gems. I'll need to get rid of those, of course. Not a big deal at all. Wolf and nice wolf. There's the one, there's the other. Let's check our weapon charges. Well, they both could burn a petty really easily. God damn it. Why is R right next to T? Come on. Anyway. And I think with that I've actually used all of my petties. Yeah, so we'll, recharges will become less frequent because we don't want to waste anything, but we're up to lessers now. And with those wolves dead, here's a coastal iron vein. We continue along the coast. We'll find another. And I'm going to use the Winterhold Bridge as my landmark to stop. And we'll explore that and the other smaller islands between here and the shipwreck as we loop back. If I skip something, you can rest assured there's nothing important on it. We've already accounted for 2 of the apprentices. The twins, Borvir and Rundi. Then there's, if I remember right, Elas Tai, or Ilas Te, and Yisra. So here we've found the bear-trapped skeletons again, just in case you lost your bearings. And that's the island the college is on. As we move a little closer, we'll find another iron vein here, which is pretty handy. And now you can start to see evidence of the Great Collapse, when what was once the bustling metropolis of Winterhold, for the most part, fell into the ocean. So right here, we're beneath the modern-day town. You can start to see wreckage of buildings. As we move along. That's it for ore veins on this side. More wreckage. Lots more. And right about now is where I'd say we're actually under the bridge. So we can cross over, do some exploring of the big island that houses the college. Although we're way, way below it, as I would hope you can see. As we go back this way, first thing we'll find is a path cutting up through the ice to our left. And that's where we aren't forced out into the water, because the island doesn't actually have a traversable shore everywhere. And that happens right here. So let's explore up that path right quick. Isn't really much happening here. No ore veins to find, and nothing like that. The path does dip down. and around. Just a second, sorry. I need to pull my map back up. Eventually, if I leave a single tab open too long, it stops rendering the ore veins and everything else properly, and I've got to refresh it. I might as well center on the shipwreck this time, too. So, there we go. Alright. So from the island we're on, the only real thing to do is circle around the coastline. We'll be forced out into the water by some ice. Yeah, I don't think we can traverse it. Well, maybe we can. Partially, anyway. Once we get past all that, there will be another iron vein here. And then this coast, I'll move a little faster and actually show you. I could skip it, but I can get there pretty quickly. Largely nothing between here and where we first took the path in the first place. Oh, there you go. We got a few more islands to explore. I'll kind of do a big circle around the shipwreck before we actually get to it. First is this one to the east. All that's on there is a iron vein and maybe some plant life. Oh, and apparently a bear. There's your first snow bear. And we got both of them. They'll be filling common soul gems, which is great. Need my pickaxe. This right over here is the iron vein. That'll more or less do it for this island. Northeast of us is the island with the shipwreck. Let's head back here and do the island to the west of that, just northeast of the college. Not the one with the ruins on it. This island I'm talking about doesn't have any structures, but it does have a gold vein on it. And actually, I should check weapon charges. One of these may be ready for a lesser soul gem already. That one is not. I'll wager the dagger is. Yes, good. If we roll up here, and it is around this spot on the, I'll call it the southeast half of the island, there is a gold ore vein, but apparently we've got an ice wolf first. No problem. .56 sneak is good. Still not ready for a charge, but putting a lesser soul inside a common soul gem is not a good idea. Now we can harvest this gold ore vein. 2 more islands I'm looking at. So if I go more or less due north of here, I should wind up due east of those ruins. I thankfully don't have to swim. There's a crossable ice floe, or ice bridge of sorts. Looks like we got snow bear and horkers. Obviously pretty typical for around here. There's 44 one-handed. I need to get my pickaxe out. And I also need to check weapon charges, obviously. I bet the mace is now ready for a lesser soul gem. Yes, good. And on this island, over at the very northeastern corner, is an iron vein. And so you can see the Serpent stone over there. You can kind of see the circle that we're making around the wreck of the Pride of Tel Vos. And you can't quite cross the ice floe to get to this island. You can get pretty close, but you'll have to swim. I don't think there are any ore veins on this island, but I did spot a bear. Naturally, demands to be dealt with. I believe cave bears are still common souls, just like the snow bears are. Let me check how many of those I still have to fill. 15. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. As we head over here, I see that the map is correct. There are no ore veins on this little island. And with that, we're ready to explore the island the shipwreck is on. So the shipwreck itself spans a very narrow bridge between what are 2 pretty discrete land masses. So here on the west one, I'm happy to kill a snowy saber cat, knowing that I still have 2 effects to learn from his tooth. But I think he just has a lesser soul. Yep. And that is unacceptable to me. I think this one might be ready for another hit. Yep. And of course, I don't know why I armed the mace, because I'm going to need the pickaxe. Because before we really do anything else, the very northern part of this landmass, over on the east, on the actual coast, there's an iron vein somewhere. I would have guessed right around here. There it is. And then, of course, if we go up into the rocks, you can always find something. In this case, it's a silver vein, which which is more to the west, almost in the middle. Now where's the middle? Well, that's a good question. It's north of the shipwreck landmark, and it may actually be down on the coast rather than up high, buried somewhere, as so to speak. Yeah, there it is. And finally, oh, now if we circle around again, and obviously we're talking about islands, we're not going to be finding nice discrete paths from the main road to get to these places. If it seems a little ad hoc to you, it's because it is, but that's why. Anyway, let's bypass the shipwreck one more time just to explore the eastern landmass, where there are a couple more ore veins and maybe some more wildlife. Not to mention, some components of the shipwreck are floating out here in the water. Nothing important, I don't think. I passed all these rocks over here on the eastern landmass. If you go to this very northern tip, you can find a corundum vein. And finally, one more before we actually do another location. I know you're probably impatient. We circle around down here. We can't actually traverse the coastline. We can get to what should be familiar islands. We've already killed all the wildlife and mined all the ore on the east side of the shipwreck. Now if we come up here, down here is an iron vein. Oop. Then it's definitely time to switch to the mace, because there are no more ore veins between us and the shipwreck, which is staffed with bandits. They have a camp that kind of sprawls out to both sides of the wreck. Let's check them out on this side first. Nothing really worthwhile here. And there we've actually discovered the location. Wreck of the Pride of Tel Vos. If you played Morrowind, you've at least heard of Tel Vos. It was a city on Vardenfell that you could visit in that game. Presumably destroyed during the Red Year, like almost everything else. The shipwreck is cut into two halves. My inclination is to explore the wreck last. I will at least clear this deck I'm on. Before I do anything else, I'll cross over to the other half of the bandit camp that I can see and deal with those assholes. Oh, actually, maybe that's not the right choice either. Can check the captain's cabin.
What was that?
Here's a bandit chief. Ooh, hello. I had no idea I could sneak crit him and he'd die. That's awesome. These are all worth selling. That's not. That is. And with his death, the wreck of the Pride of Tel Vos is now cleared. Doesn't get much easier than that. We can look around in here. Got a boss chest, guarded by a bear trap. This is all worth selling. And we can head downstairs. In this cargo hold, we swim to the back, we see nothing. Up here, we see nothing for this level. I changed my mind about doing the shipwreck last, obviously. If we go underwater, of course, we've got the third level to check out. And when you know it, we can't even get in there from this side. So I guess we'll do this. The waterlogged chest contains Limdrin Tenvani's journal. Completed, locate a clue about Brandshay's past. Return to Brandshay in Riften. Remember that quest? I bet you'd forgotten about it, but it was still in our journal. Let's read this journal and take it off our book list. Limdrin Tenvani's journal. Brandel, I hope this text of your father's last words finds its way to your hands. I served House Telvanni as a wet nurse during your first months of life and wanted to repay your father's kindness. I've done all I can to locate you, but I regret that we'll never meet face to face. Hydria Olin. 4th era 6th seed Midis. Is this the end of all things? Are we to die by the cruel barbed blades of the Argonian invasion force? After surviving the Red Years, struggling to dig from the ash and the rubble, and burying the thousands that died, is this to be our epitaph? The irony of our demise glows brighter than Masser on the summer solstice. We brought this upon ourselves, the Argonians simply answering a rallying cry incited by a millennia of suffrage imposed by my kind. And so here I sit in the crumbling basement of our family home while 1,000 booted feet echo above me and the screams of the dying find their way to my ears. So falls House Telvanni. But then I look into the eyes of this child, this blessing given to us the very year that Vardenfell spouted its fiery death across the land. This gift I hold my grasp. Is it too much to wish he be given the chance to survive and keep our memories alive? This small boy, born in the midst of chaos and destruction, must carry on, if nothing else as a reminder to other Dunmer that the Telvanni were once a proud and noble people. Since the death of my wife, I haven't been able to bring myself to give my son a proper name. It never felt right without her. But my own life reaches its final hours as the luxury of time escapes my embrace. I name him now, Brandel, son of Limdrin and sole living heir to House Telvanni. I will wrap him in his Talanya, his birthing saddle, swaddle, and leave his fate to Azura's will. Live with virtue and pride, Sarah. Sounds more like something a Redoran would write, if you're actually familiar with any Telvanni from Morrowind, but whatevs, it's all good. So, now let's explore. Obviously the bottom level of the other half is inaccessible. Let's try the middle level. Not seeing anything there. Can we even get to the top deck? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we can. No problem. But is there anything there? That's the other question. No. Alright, fair enough. So let's cross through and deal with these other bandits then. Shouldn't be too tough for a man with our gear and abilities. So we got her. That was good. 36 light armor. And there you go. They died hard and fast. Okay. Let's search their camp then. I don't expect to find much, but you never do know. Oh, there is another chest. It's got a novice lock. And it contains, well, some decent stuff. Dwarven armor is actually not worth it by my weight to value calculus. So before I go offload, let's go get the Serpent Stone. Oh shoot, I don't want to be under that ice. Oh hell no. Get on the ice. Shoo, there we go. So there's not much really leading us to the Serpent Stone except this cracked ice that we can follow to the compass marker. If you accept joining the Stormcloaks, the Serpent Stone is where they send you to kill an ice wraith for your initiation. So there is that, at least. As you see, when you get to the island here on the southwest side, the upper part where the stone is inaccessible. So let's circle around a bit. Actually, before we do this, I feel compelled to point out that if we strike out to the east and just a little bit to the south, we can find a couple of tiny little islands, one of which has an ore vein on it. I think I've gone too far east. Oh, no, I should be more or less due east of the Serpent Stone. So maybe what I did was go too far south. Yes, I see it. Another interesting tidbit is that the location you ultimately go to for the Rise in the East side quest, an island named Japhet's Folly, is actually out here. I'm going to try swimming to it as an experiment. I do know that, by and large, nothing really renders properly if you're not on the quest, but I want to explore anyway. Oh look, there's even a solitary horker out here. This is the island that is worth visiting. Has an ore vein on it and everything. We don't, of course, want his petty soul occupying space in our common gem. Now, due north of here is Japhet's Folly. I've got some time. Let's just explore up there for giggles. I know that none of it will actually work properly if we aren't on the quest. I think we can actually mine some ore veins if we want to, which is kind of funny. So you can come out here to mine ore, which is worth doing, I suppose. Got a silver vein, got a quicksilver vein, Then over here on the very northwest tip, we'll be able to find an iron vein as well. Got a bear over there. Let's get the iron vein first. Maybe 2 bears. From what I'm hearing. Yes, there are. There's 45 one-handed. That's good. Let's heal up. Let's rearm. How many I still have to fill? 13. That's a lot. It's all good though. I think these are definitely ready to burn off some of those lesser soul gems. That one sure is. Mace is too. Nirnroot hiding over here. Anyway, in earlier versions of the game, speaking of Rise in the East, you were actually able to discover the location Japhet's Folly. But if you ever fast traveled there, you broke the game. So I can't remember which patch it was, but in one of the official patches, they just removed it as a discrete discoverable location, so people couldn't accidentally get stuck there anymore. Now I'm sure you're ready for another Lesser Soul Gem. Very good. Let's heal up. One-handed's up to 45 now. That's great. And now we can complete another circle and get back to the island with the Serpent Stone. There's a much bigger island over there with the Sky Temple ruins on it that I'm not exploring now, but am saving for later. As we cross over here, I feel like noting 2 things. We're actually at the island already. Serpent Stone's up there. Oh, come on, map. My map tab's all ski-wampus again. But I happen to know that over here along the coastline, before we ascend, somewhere that actually is accessible, there's a corundum vein. There it is. With that, we can finally head up. The island itself is pretty much empty. It does have a path leading just back down to the water. And if we head up here, sure enough, we can find the Serpent Stone. And even though we aren't on the Stormcloak quest, I believe it's going to be guarded by an ice wraith. Yep. So there is the Serpent Stone. Take it off the discoverable list. Deal with the ice wraith. Fix my soul gem. There's the offensive one. Once a day, those under the sign of the Serpent can use a ranged, paralyzing poison on opponents. You may only have one sign blessing at a time. Nah, once a day powers are pretty terrible. Let's see if this is ready to recharge. I'm thinking no. Alright, now let's offload, because now we're going to sprint all the way back to Journeyman's Nook and just follow the road up to Winterhold. Before we do that, two things. We need to head to Mistvale Keep to turn in Branshay's quest. Finish it. Due to a glitch, although he is supposed to be released after a few days, like Brynjolf said, the reality is Branshay stays in the Riften jail the rest of his life. But we can go visit him there, it's not a big deal.
Hey, you mix potions, right? Can you ale?
As I recall, he's on the ground floor.
Got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
And we can talk to him here.
If you're ever in the market, I deal in specialty goods for Morrowind at one of the stands.
I found a book that might help your search.
Let me see that. Yes, this is it. I don't know how you found this, stranger, but you've obviously succeeded where I had failed. Please, let me offer you this key. It unlocks my strongbox under my stand in the marketplace. Help yourself to anything inside.
Limdrin Tenvani's journal removed, Branshay's strongbox key added, completed, return to Branshay, which completes his miscellaneous quest titled Distant Memories. That one is done. Awesome.
I really appreciate what you've done for me. I'll never forget it.
So we can now head back to the Riften Marketplace and open up his strongbox
Stole your sweet roll.
for our quest reward.
Need a drink? You go to the beer and bar. Stay out of the ragged.
Where's everybody going now? Certainly after another thief. That's almost always what it is.
Now I remember. You're the new companions. So you what? Fetch the mead?
Here's Branshay's market stall. We can now open his strongbox, which has some useful stuff in it, to be sure. And we can head to Lakeview for an offload. Yes, yes, I know. Dire pain in the ass and all that. Ooh, ingredients. Good. I don't want to clear anything. Don't misunderstand. As we head inside, I do have a saber cat tooth. Still missing 2 effects. They are Fortify Smithing and Weakness to Poison. I can keep a Blister Wart to learn the Fortify Smithing effect. And it occurs to me I can learn both at once, because I can use 3 ingredients in a potion. So let me find something with weakness to poison on it too. I'll grab a death bell if I'm not carrying anything. Or a bleeding crown, even better. Perfect. So, with this, we've learned Fortify Smithing and Weakness to Poison, all 4 effects of Saber Cat Tooth, sufficient to remove it from the list. Delightful. Like to find Shavi. It's probably Iona or Raya smithing. There's Shavi. Good.
What can I do for
Ah,
you?
it's the gold is flowing nicely. Here, take a look.
Can't remember. I don't think I grabbed... Yes, need to take Rundi's dagger upstairs.
Let's play a game.
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Let's play hide and seek.
You stand right there and count to 10. No peeking. Ready? Go! Mama took me to the market. There were lots of pies and cakes there. She said she'd show me how to bake one.
Almost forgot to drop off Rundi's dagger. Wouldn't want to forget that. My armor rating actually still isn't quite maxed out. It's at 528. You hit the 85% damage resistance cap at 576. I blame the fact that I don't have a helmet yet, so my custom fit perk is not kicking in, and my skill rating is only 36. My gear's more than good enough to hit the cap very quickly, I promise. Anyway, smithing supplies go down here. Although I'm going to want to smelt a gold ingot before I leave. And some quicksilver as well. And some silver as well. So, let's do that bit of smelting. 1 gold, 2 quicksilver, 3 silver. Let's drop all that stuff. Alrighty. Now we want to head back to the Journeyman's Nook. There's more exploring to do on the way. If that dismays you, I'm sorry. But we've got more of the big mountain range up behind Winterhold to check out. For fuck's sake, why is my map tab all busted? Can't get it to show me things all of a sudden to save its life. So from here, for the moment, all I really want to do, well, I guess the first thing I want to do is fight this blood dragon. I haven't been doing a lot of this with other stuff, but him, well, there we go. First dragon I've really handled on my own. Went quite well, I'd say. This is definitely ready to recharge. And this might be. Let's find out. No, not yet. Heh. Now, I'd still rather default to Kind's Peace, just in case I run across another goat. One of the few things I still really need to hunt for. Actually, the only thing I still really need to hunt for. I still need glass, but that's not really a hunting question, is it? God damn it, laptop. Load the map so I can see where the fucking ore veins are. Sorry, this is happening off screen, but my internet is tanking. I blame Comcast. Oh, looks like a vampire and death hounds. That's fun. I think I can handle that myself as well. And of course, I don't want Kind's Peace for that. I want Marked for Death. Now that was close. I believe Death Hounds have lesser souls, so I'll need to fix 2 of my gems. The strange refusal to let me target the Death Hound almost got me killed. Operative word being almost. The Death Hounds, collars are worth selling. What about this guy? Not much. I guess the boots are worth it. Anyway, onward. Fuck's sake. This is killing me. I just can't seem to talk my laptop into actually loading the map. Sorry, hold on. And try one more time. Gonna reboot Edge. Maybe that'll do. There we go! Alright. With all that done, we can head up here. Killed a farmer. Looks like he's a Dunmer, so I imagine he was one of the set that's trying to join the Imperials. So the main road meanders up a ways. It's got some flowers and snowberries. Nothing too exciting. But eventually, you'll see a big path leading up. Now I do want Kind's Peace, because I want to kill that goat. Well, Kind's Peace isn't going to help me kill the goat. Need to find the faulty soul gem. I need to... Jesus Christ! Oh, god damn it! What the fuck is going on with this? Oh, herder! You weren't pointed at exactly the right spot, so... Surprise, you're not hitting anything. God damn it. Unacceptable. Like, seriously. What is up with that? Game's like, oh, you're off by a pixel. I'm even going to make the noise of you hitting things, but it's not going to do any damage. What? Eat shit. Thank you. Ugh. Try and kill me with horse shit. Anyway. Search the troll. Search the goat. We already fixed the one soul gem. I believe we filled the other two adequately with commons. So you got this path up to the left, which we are going to want to explore. Let's grab a few plants before we do, and then just pretend you're coming down the path and then just keep crossing the road, and you'll find an orichalcum vein. Oh yeah, I need to check my weapon charges too. I will wager we can do some recharging. I don't know why it always jogs when you recharge something. Anyway. So... I actually think this might be it. Oh, we got a goat there. We'll have to worry about bagging him, of course. Let me get these plants. Let me get Kind's Peace. Let me get my weapons. Let me save. And let's go chase down another goat. We weren't in range. I don't think it matters. Easy enough to deal with anyway. And hey, that one dropped horns. Awesome. Now I need 25 more goat horns. And let's try and find this fucking orichalcum vein. This shit's killing me. There it is. Okay. I was not wandering far enough off the road. That was my problem. So, sure this is ready for a recharge now. Also need to fix one of my soul gems. I just trapped the goat soul in a common. It can do much better than that. There we go. Alright. Now before we continue on toward Winterhold, let's explore this path a little bit. And now I mean Winterhold the town, of course. We head up this path. The first thing we'll get to is an intersection past this arch where we can either keep going west or turn to the north. Oh, goat. Why are you still running? Oh, it's an ice wraith. Oh, great. Would you please stop running? God. And I'll kill the ice wraith. Alright. We got goat horns. We got dead ice wraith. I know we've got 2 soul gems we'll need to fix. Oh, god damn it. Where's my other one? Don't you run away from me. Wasn't paying attention. And here is yet another goat. Oh, I want my dagger too. Come on. There we go. And I forgot to take those horns off the list. With that next set of horns, we need 24 more. Good. Alright. Let's do this now. Anyway, we're at that intersection I mentioned. No horns. Fix the soul gem. Check weapon charges. This one probably needs a lesser by now. Good. And here is an iron vein. Alright? Good. My god. This shit is crazy. So there's this huge plain back here with a few locations scattered around it. I don't really want to hit any of the locations yet, but I do want to explore the plain, at least to an extent. If we go straight there, you'll see we're now down behind the Shrine of Azura. There's another goat. No horns. Fix the soul gem. Becoming a pretty standard rotation now, I'd say. Now this one doesn't need a charge. No. Alright, good. You can see it kind of opens up. That's Sarthal. That's a Falmer hive called the Sightless Pit. We're not trying to hit any of these places yet, but if I angle out far enough north to bypass the Sightless Pit, which I do want to do, you can see where now we have now circled around to Mount Anthor. We can approach it from the other side. Let's bag this frost troll. Let's heal up. I want to check my, I still have 9 empty common soul gems. Alright, that's good. Check my charges. Mace might be ready, but I doubt it. No, it's not. Alright, good. Anyway, bypass the Sightless Pit, and at the northern tip of these rocks, there should be an orichalcum vein, if we're in the right spot. And we are. That's wonderful. Sounds like a wolf. And an ice wolf. Can heal up. Can fix those gems. Can check charges. And we can keep going. If just past there, I turn south, start working my way towards Mount Anthor. From this side, before too long, we'll pass a fork. There's a first branch to the left that I just ignore. That more or less takes us back to the Sightless Pit. Keep going up, spot a goat. Let's get ready to deal with him. Hey, he dropped horns. Good. 23 more goat horns. Getting there, getting there. Let's see if the dagger needs a recharge yet. And of course, we will need to fix a soul gem. Always, always. At least until all the big ones are filled. Then we won't have to worry about it anymore. And as we go up here, what you should appreciate is that what we're really looking at is, by and large, a second fork. At least before too long. This is about as close as I want to get, because I'm still not doing Mount Anthor. But I want this Iron Vein. Let's see if we can get it without aggroing the dragon. Now if I circle back over here, there's a dwarven ruin over there called Alftand, which we'll be exploring very late in the main quest. For now, though, if we take this western fork, on the left we should be able to find a Corundum vein just after we pass by another route straight up to Mount Anthor. Dragon's circling again, so we need to be careful. He does that a lot, doesn't he? Now here's the Corundum vein I'm talking about. Let's see if we can mine it without aggroing the dragon. Now if I keep going west of here, we will find very close to Alftand, actually, just above it to the southeast, we'll find an Iron Vein. There it is. I've got my bearings, at least. That much is good. Oh, it looks like we've got vigilance fighting vampires over here. This is Wayward Pass. I'm not going to pass through it yet. I will help out the Vigilant, though.
My thirst will be sated.
Nice. Night Lord Vampire. Sure, whatever.
The Daedra cause will not go unpunished.
Here's a Vigilant that they killed. Sucks to be you, bruh. All that is worth selling, even if the rest is not. Let's check weapon charges again. These are almost certainly ready to be recharged. The mace I'm less sure about. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So I want to bypass this main path, which leads down to the Wayward Pass through the mountains. You can see this spit of rock coming forward. I want to circle just a little ways around that. So over here on the other side of it, off to the right, we should be able to find a Corundum vein. There it is. There's just so much out here, and it's so spread out, you know. And now, I really have 3 more things I'm looking to find. So if you look here, you'll notice that in addition to the path leading through to the pass, there's this sort of side slope going more or less straight up. I want to explore a bit of that as well. And it looks like the game may not even let me. Oh, here we go. Just kidding. This is the only path I can see up to what are some fully harvestable ore veins, so maybe we just need to do the jumping thing. At least to get up this stretch of it. Huh. Maybe we can make some headway going up here. There are just 3 more ore veins I want to find, and then we'll start working our way back towards Winterhold. Well, they wouldn't put them up here if they didn't mean for you to get to them. But obviously this is not the way to get there. I must be missing something. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here because we've been going for an hour and a half. We've got plenty more wilderness to explore, don't you worry, but we're in the process of making our way to Winterhold, and we'll get there sooner than you think. Until then, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please, as always, consider clicking on an ad, liking, sharing, subscribing. These things really help me out. Even if you don't, please know that I really appreciate the time you spend watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.